So I was playing on my Switch, playing SNK versus Capcom, the match of the millennium, and I was thinking to myself, man, when are they going to re-release SNK versus Capcom Cardfighters Clash? That game was amazing. And Iori was like, damn, that would be the bomb. And that same day, SNK out of nowhere just drops it like, there you go. Just, I had no idea this was coming out. Totally surprised. And I was stoked. I've loved this game ever since I was a kid. I still have mine here, my hard copy with my original NEOGEO Pocket. So I thought it'd be fun to kind of show you a bit of the game. I didn't get to do like a day one announcement or anything. I was kind of busy at the time. So I just wanted to show you kind of what I got here. So far in the game, I can kind of show you. I've gotten all the coins, so I've beaten all the gyms. If you've never played this game, it's kind of like, almost like a Pokemon trading card game type of thing, but you still have to like beat gyms and stuff. Pretty cool locations. They have the Joy place, that's kind of like old school reference. They have Lost World, Plaza Capcom. They have the SC Park, which is kind of like Resident Evil themed, where there's zombies and everywhere. Neo Geo Land. There's also Neo Geo World, which is like the semifinals are at, and then you go to the airport to go to Vegas for like kind of the main event. So I wanted to show you some of the cards that I have so far, and then I'll get into some gameplay. So this is Capcom Plaza, and I'm coming here for a specific reason. My opponent is right here. I'm going to show you, play him in a second, Mask, but I want to show you some of the cards that I have. The way they organize the cards in your deck is it's kind of just all one big thing. But I'll show you some of the SNK cards that I have now. I have a decent amount of cards, but not like all of them. But I love the art in this game. It's going to kind of go in order, kind of like Fatal Fury, then go into what's next? Yeah, it's kind of Art of Fighting, but here's a lot of them. Then Samurai Showdown, lots of cool art in here. Hopefully I'm not going, there's a lot, so that's why I'm going a little quick, but let's see here. And I'll show you some of my favorite cards, and we'll just kind of get into a game and kind of show you the gameplay there. Yeah, okay, we went through all of my SNK cards. We'll go through the Capcom cards. I don't have as many Capcom cards because I chose the SNK version, so I start off with a lot of SNK cards, as you can imagine. Two different versions of the game. Kind of like Pokemon rules, where there's certain cards that you can only get in certain versions, so you have to trade with a friend. So I have a buddy who has the Capcom version. I don't know if we're able to trade that easily on the Switch ports or not. Maybe I'll do like an update on that. But lots of cool Capcom characters. So my deck's kind of a mix of both. So let's get in. There's also like SP cards, which are like non-character cards, but I'll show you those maybe some other time. So here's our opponent, Mask. He's actually like an old school SNK mascot. He's been in a few things. I'm not like a SNK historian, but I think he even showed up in one of the King of Fighters, maybe like 2002, one with like a bunch of different like assist characters, or was that 2000? So here's Mask. So we're gonna see who goes first. Hopefully I go first, because that makes everything a lot easier. Yes, so I go first. So obviously you draw a card, and here's my hand. These guys are pretty good. Yori's pretty good. So everybody has BP, which is like their attack and their health combined. And then they have SP, which is how much like SP they give you. You use SP to do like combination attacks and use like ability cards. So I'm gonna drop Yori down first, just because he's got a decent amount of attack. He doesn't give me any SP. He also has the downside of not being able to defend, which is kind of a bummer. This is actually one of my favorite cards that he's using. So he can freeze an opponent, which makes me not be able to defend, but playing it turn 1 isn't that big of a deal because that guy can't attack right away anyways. So this is one of my action cards, Showtime. It gives everybody plus 200 BP, but I don't have anybody on the board yet. So what I'm gonna do is drop a Ryu down. Different type of Ryu. And just to get some SP going and have a decent like body on the field, and I'm just going to attack with Iori and see what he does. Either way, I'm gonna kill his guy and I'll still have something on the board. So the reason I'm playing against Mask is after you've beaten the game, Mask has a pretty decent pool of cards that you can get rewards from. And if you beat him like 10 times in a row, you get a specific card depending on what version you picked. And if you beat him 30 times, you get the specific card on the opposite version. So SNK, my version, I'll get Orochi, and then I'll get, I forget his name. Some kind of like infernal dude, maybe like Lucifer or something, I forget. But, let's see, I'll probably drop another Ryu, honestly. He's got a pretty cool ability where he just hits everybody for 100 damage on the other side. But I think I'm gonna actually do a combination attack. So to do a two-person unite attack, yeah, unite attack, it costs 5 SP, and to do a 3-person one, it costs 10. So I am going to do a 2-person attack just to get some damage on the board and take out his unit so he can't like buff it or anything. Because you can back up units. So every card, for the most part, has a few cards that can back them up. So, like, the Akari Warriors are a good example. So, basically, all the Akari Warrior people can back each other up. Let's say, you know, or Ryu can back up Ken, or whatever it is, you know. But it's specific characters, so not everybody, you can't just back up anybody with anybody. Let's see here. I can probably even show you. Here's my hand. I have Junie in here because I have Bison, and she can back up Bison, and Bison kind of like draws them out of the deck, which is really nice. So I'll show you kind of what I'm talking about. Oops, I sorted them. But that's okay. So here's Ken. He can be backed up by Ryu, like the alpha version, and Sean. So that's kind of cool. I don't have my deck like totally synchronized as far as that's concerned yet. So I'm going to probably drop down a Ken just because I want to keep... Oh, you know what? Let me see the board really quick. Now that I'm talking, I'm kind of forgetting. Okay, he's got a 600, so I could kind of play somebody who has more like SP, like 4 here, like her. She's pretty cool too. So now I have 5 SP, and I can... you do a unite attack, take this guy out, do a little bit of damage, keep my board control. He's gonna play some pretty beefy units. Mask has got some pretty strong units. I have some pretty good ones too, but I haven't gotten any of my like really crazy ones. But I like Ryu a lot. But I'm doing some damage. Let's see what he plays here. Joe, I got Joe. Joe's awesome. 704 or 704. So let's see, what should I play? I'll probably play Ken. Hopefully I don't misplay while I'm on camera, or hopefully I don't lose while I'm on camera. So I won't be able to do United Attack. Well, I could play Mega Man, and I could. So maybe I'll do that. Mega Man has a bunch of SP attack. Yeah, but my Ryu will die. That's okay. So I'll just keep chipping away, doing some damage here. So I just want to keep board control. That way I have enough on the board whenever he plays some like big boys. He's got like several cards that have like over 1,000 attack. This guy, oh, that sucks. So, his BP is, or his attack and health, whatever, is doubled when 3 or more characters are on the enemy ring. So he's gonna be so buff. That's such a good card. I wish I had Diego. This is an interesting card. You can actually get this in a crane game in this game. You change one character to another this game. Backup characters are discarded. So he really screwed himself over right there. I don't know why. The AI in this game isn't amazing. A really good example of that is like the first gym guy. I call him a gym, but the first guy you get a coin from is Kid. in the Joy? Yeah, I think that's it. Place, holy crap, dude. He misplays so often and does some of the stupidest stuff. But this is good for me. So let's see, we'll go Ken. Just drop a big board, right? Because I have no, I can't actually. I have a full board, duh. So we're just going to, let me see real quick. Okay. So I think I'm going to, this is what I'll do. I'm going to use reusability. So he does 100 to everybody on the board, and that will lower them a bit, and then I will just attack normally with these two. So they'll trade up. So I can't do a united attack because I don't have the SP, and my board is full, so I can't play anything. So we'll just do some trades. Mega Man abilities is neat. He just copies somebody's ability on board, but I'd rather attack with them at the moment than just to copy somebody's ability, I think. So let's see what Mask does. Slaughter, I think that KOs all the characters, and I hate that card so much. It's so good. Now he just gets to play a card. So now I have to try to build myself back up. So now's the time to play like my strongest card, which is Ken. And I will end my ability there, or end my turn. QB, I think she just gets shuffles deck when you hold all QB cards. Oh, does it like draw the QB cards for you? Because I think she can like back up. You can put 3 of each card in your deck, so I think you can have 3 of those in there. She might draw them. Some of the wording in the game is kind of weird, not as straightforward as I would like. But, you know, it's an old... it's to be expected. It's an old, like, handheld game. The translations weren't always the best. This is, like, one of my favorite cards. Right now, it's not gonna... Like, I might play it. Because... he freezes a card, so it's like such a game winner. Because you can freeze a card that they're hoping to defend one of your like big beefy dudes with, and just hit them right in the face. But I think it might be the best option just to play it, just to have something on the board. Oh, that sucks. Yeah, I will do that, I think. Just because having that extra couple hundred damage might be helpful. We'll see. Questionable. And I'll just attack with Ken. So if you attack, normally characters can't defend that same turn or on your opponent's turn, but Ken's ability is that he can basically be unfrozen whenever after he attacks. See what happens. So they just chose not to attack. So I have M. Bison, so I'll probably play that. So his Bison's ability is to, you can go through your deck and get either you can get all your Cammy, Junie, and Julie cards, but I think I have a couple of them already. You can see my deck though, pretty good. I love Sagat. He like takes all the action cards out of people's hands. It's pretty good. Duck King's awesome. He buffs people. Morgan kind of like heals the player whenever she attacks. Really cool. Wild Leona's really fun. She does like 400 BP whenever she comes out. So there's a look at my deck specifically versus all my cards. I don't think there's anything really I can do. I can do Showtime, buff up my characters. I can't, see, there's my Julie and Junie in my hand already, but I can't back up Bison the turn he comes out. So, let me see what's going on. So, she'll probably block with this if I do a combination attack. So, she'll block with both, even if I might do that. I don't know if that's the best play. Probably not. Probably not. But I'm gonna do Showtime. since I have a full board and it does 200 to everybody, might be okay. And I'll just attack singularly with these two. That way, hopefully I can get something going on. Oh, she blocked with that differently than I thought she was going to. That actually kind of works out okay for me. I'll still have a 500 like dude out plus Bison that I'll buff up next turn. So, we'll see what's going on. What is this? I don't know if I've ever seen this card. Decreases all characters' life by 500 points. Oh, dang. That's a pretty good card. Oh my god. This card I want so bad because it's so broke. He's an 800 BP and he just kills a dude. Jeez. So I'm in a pretty tough spot. I'm in a tough spot. I might have to go pretty defensive for a while just to try to like whittle his stuff down. What are my options? Man, now I just have these Julian Junies here just... That's a bummer. Yeah, it's like the bad part of having the M Bisons and these two in here. Because if you get those two first, it really slows you down a bit. So I am going to probably deploy Billy. I get to see what's in his hand, and if he had like an action card, I can discard it, but he doesn't. But I can see what this card does. SP is not used up when using one action card right after using this ability. Oh, interesting. That's okay. I don't even know if I'd put that in my deck, honestly. Here's Kiyosuke. Suke? I don't remember, but he's from Rival Schools, or Project Justice, depending on where you know him from. Yeah, I don't think this... I think I'm doing okay, but he might draw something insane. But there is Billy. And I have to just end my turn, because there's really nothing I can do. Because Billy can't attack... I can't attack right away with him, so I just have to kind of play defensive. There's Shermie. I really like that card, actually. Her attack's a little low for my taste, but she does a decent amount of... gives you a decent amount of SP. But she's basically like a one-turn... what's that card called in Yu-Gi-Oh? The swords. Basically, you can't attack next turn, but it's not for 3 turns, thank God. But I can't attack next turn, which is okay because I need to defend. So you'll see me defend for the first time, I think. So I'm going to counter this Unite push. You have to do it with whoever is on number 1. So we'll get rid of their QB, which is kind of a bummer. I'd rather keep QB on there because she only does 100. But it gets the Akuma down to 200, at least. Awakening. It's a good card. It increases somebody's BP by 300. But I really need a big body on board. I'll put her out. Nakaruru T with the wolf out there. She does a 200 damage to a frozen unit. I like that card a lot, actually. She gives you a lot of SP, so I'll just end the turn, and then she'll do 200 to that Akuma and kill it. It's something, and I have a body on the field. I could have buffed her. Maybe I should have. Oh, he froze it anyway, so wouldn't have done anything, so worked out. So Shermie's gonna hit me for free for 500. That sucks. Couldn't stop it. Yeah, I have to keep reminding myself what I have. Ken out there. I will play Awakening on Nakaruru. And I will attack, probably, just to kill this guy. I could Union it. I might play defense and do like a big Union attack next time. Sometimes it's okay to eat a hit, just to like do a big swing, or it's not, defending isn't always, or countering isn't always the best play, you know? Ooh, that's a lot of damage though. Let me see, that's 11, see, what would I play next turn? So next turn he would defend with him. That's 6. That would put me at 1,000, so I win, basically. So I'm going to not counter this, actually. As much as it hurts to see your character get hit for 1,000 or so. There's Terry. Too little, too late. One of my better cards. I have a couple really good cards, too. So what I'll do, just for fun, I'll use him. And he buffs everybody 100. Really good starting card, by the way, I think. So I'm going to attack, do a union attack, put Ken first, her, and that should be a done deal. It's really nice to go first in this game, because going second, sometimes you have to like really play defensive and just like hope that... just gotta hope that you outlast their like big board presence and get back on top. So we won. There I am, the winner. And then you normally get cards at the end. So I guess I have all these cards already, which is unfortunate. But here are the cards I got. Dom's cool. Love the artwork. Love the artwork in the game. These cards are all bad. So, but I'm on my way to getting my Orochi, hopefully. So that is a quick look at the game. There's all kinds of cool Easter eggs in here. There's even slot machines you can play. Like, I'll even do a slot machine once. You bet like whatever D rank card. We'll do Bob. I got a lot of Bob. And you try to match them. Oh, Apple. Oh, I'm so horrible. I did awful. Anyways, you get match 3 and you gain whatever card that you bet. And you normally would take those to like a cards machine that you put in so many D rank cards and it will bust out, you know, random cards. So that's one way of doing it. Everything has to do with the cards. The cards is this world economy. I'll show you some of the places really quick as I'm talking. So here's the card machine I was talking about, one of them. So you'll put 10 cards in here. D rank cards or C rank. We'll just do D. I'll put a bunch of Bob. Yeah. And then I don't know, we'll put some of these. Put a couple of these. Sure. And then it gives you a random card. So there's a lot of stuff to do. There's crane machines that you can play. It's more like a text-based crane machine. Not so much like you're actually controlling a crane machine. There's lots of arcades and references. I've always loved this game and I'm excited to play it again. I got a freaking Saddam again. You never know what you're gonna get. More likely you're gonna get something bad than good. There's some cards that you exclusively get from card machines. Like I think there's a certain Nekaruru that you can only get in there. But yeah, I love this game and I'm excited to try to get more cards. I've beaten it, but that's just the beginning. You got to get your deck super buff, and then you you collect cards, and you trade with your friends. Here's one of the crane machines, but this is the text-based crane machine. So target the end card. Sure, we'll target the end card. Stop here. Nah, keep going. This is NEOGEO Pocket Crane Machine. So I got a capsule. There you go. I don't even think I had that card. D rank, more than often than not. A little tip for SNK version fans: the Joy place that I'm at is a really good place to farm at the beginning of the game before you go to the semifinals, because there's a pretty big difficulty jump between the first 5 coins and then the semifinals. So you just fight Kid here, this guy right here. He's awful. He like misplays all the time. He like sabotages himself. And then what you do every time you beat somebody in Joy, this crane game will like renew itself, so you can do it again. So you can get a lot of D rank cards, and you're also Kid can drop a lot of pretty good cards when you beat him. Just a tip for you. Capcom players, I think you have to do that the Capcom Plaza, because Capcom players, this crane doesn't work for you, but the Capcom Plaza one works for you, and it doesn't work for the SNK players. So that's a look at SNK versus Capcom Cardfighters Clash. It's such a mouthful, but I love this game. I just wanted to show you guys, and I was bummed I didn't get to do a like day one kind of reveal of it. But I highly recommend it if you are like a fighting game fan or a Capcom or SNK fan that even mildly enjoys card games. I love that everybody in this game is just like constantly running. But yeah, I love this game to death. So let me know what you think of the game, or if you play it. Are you team SNK or Capcom? I'd imagine most people that are on my watch my videos are team SNK, but let me know. Let me know if you want to see more videos of this or have more tips, or if you want to play me. I don't know. Just leave some comments and below. I always read them and reply to everything as much as I can. But God bless you guys, and you have a blessed day, y'all.